All right, this week in the Bat Signal, I've got a trivia question for you, and this one's a Canadian geography question, and it's super fun. Now, you know how the Earth is a sphere, and so the shortest distance between 2 points on the sphere isn't to go across the surface, but actually it's to go through part of the Earth. Okay, with that in mind, here's my Canadian question for this week. If you burrowed a straight line from the bottom left corner to the top right corner of Saskatchewan, which is, it looks pretty flat, but of course it's curved. Okay, if you burrowed a hole from the bottom left corner to the top right, so southwest to northeast, how far underground would you be at the midpoint? And you don't have to get the exact right answer. This is multiple choice. Would you be centimeters underground? Would you be meters underground? Would you be kilometers underground? Or would you be hundreds of kilometers underground? This assumes a perfect sphere, and it assumes that there's no topography in Saskatchewan at all, which isn't much of an assumption. Okay, I know, there's a little bit. But anyway, that's my question for you, and I'll give you the answer right on the other side of this. Now, the reason I'm asking a trivia question instead of telling you a science story is that the Bat Signal, my weekly newsletter, has both of those things. So every week I've been giving you a science story in a video. This week I'm giving you a trivia question just to give you a flavor for that. If you sign up for the newsletter, you get both every week. It's totally free. Just go to followthebatsignal.com. I've asked great questions in the past, like how many blowholes does a dolphin have? Or Schrodinger is perhaps best known for a thought experiment involving what animal? Or what is the largest moon in our solar system? If those kinds of questions seem fun to you, or if you're still watching this video trying to figure out the answer to the Saskatchewan question, you're probably a person who would enjoy the newsletter, so I hope you'll sign up. Anyway, let's get back to it. So, the Earth is a sphere. Saskatchewan looks like a rectangle, but it's not a rectangle. Part of the reason it's not a rectangle is that those lines on the side are longitude lines, which converge as you get closer to the North Pole. So Saskatchewan is not as wide at the top as it is at the bottom. That's one reason it's not a rectangle. But the second reason is that it's curved. So, it's on the surface of a sphere. And so if you want to do the math, I will give you some numbers to play with, and I'll let you go ahead and do that. The radius of the Earth is 6,371 kilometers, and the distance from one corner of Saskatchewan to the other corner along the surface of the Earth is 1,326 kilometers. So with those two numbers, you can do the numbers yourself. If you want to pause this video and figure out the answer, you can. Otherwise, I'll just tell you. The answer is, if you burrowed a hole from the bottom left corner to the top right corner of Saskatchewan, when you got to the middle, you would be about 35 kilometers underground. Gives you a sense of how big Saskatchewan is. It's farther than you'd think. Anyway, that's a fun little trivia question for this week. If you like trivia, if you like science, you should sign up for my newsletter. It's called The Bat Signal. Just go to followthebatsignal.com.